Dr. C.V. Raman University.
Dear learners, I am Dr. Ashima Franklin Masih, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Dr. C.V. Raman University, Kargi Road, Kota, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. Dear learners, in today's session, we are going to discuss about the subject Legal Framework Governing Human Relations on the topic Industrial Relation. We will be exploring Unit 1, Introduction to Industrial Relation. This unit will be provide interesting facts and real-life examples associated with the meaning and concepts of industrial relation with the foundational understanding of industrial relation, that is IR. Let us get started with the overview of IR. Here is the structure of this unit. We will cover the following topics step by steps, learning objectives. First one is introduction, then objective, history of industrial relation, definition, concept, characteristics of industrial relation, objectives of industrial relation, advantages of industrial relation, disadvantages of industrial relation, significance, scope, industrial relation at a national level, industrial relation at an international level, infrastructure that guide and direct the IR, trends in India. Today we begin with the industrial relation, which explain the relationship between employees, employer and the government at a workplace. It helps in maintaining the cooperation and harmony in the industries. Moving forward, let us understand the objective of industrial relation, which is to maintain industrial peace, reduce conflicts, and improve the productivity through the manual understanding. Now shifting our focus to the history of industrial relation. How worker management relation evolved after the industrial relation due to the labor problems, trade unions, and government interventions. With the background, we move to the definition of industrial relations, which refers to the interaction among the employers, employee, trade union, and the state. After understanding the definition, the concept of industrial relation highlights the cooperation participation, collective bargaining, and dispute settlement rather than the conflict alone. Next, the characteristics of industrial relation include continuous interaction, involvement of a multiple parties, dynamic nature, and a regulation through the laws and agreements. Having discussed the characteristics, we now look at the objectives of the industrial relation, which aim at promoting the industrial harmony, protecting workers' right and supporting organizational growth. Along with the objectives, the advantages of industrial relation includes higher morale, better communication, and increased efficiency. On the other hand, the disadvantage of industrial relation arise when the relations are poor, leading to strikes, lockouts, low productivity, and dissatisfaction. Therefore, the significance of IR lies in maintaining social justice, economic stability, and peaceful industrial development. Moving ahead, the scope of industrial relation covers trade union, collective bargaining, very important, that is labor law, grievances handling, and dispute resolution. At a broader level, industrial relation at the national level is guided by the government policies, labor law, and industrial institution. Beyond the national boundaries, industrial relation at the international level is influenced by the global standard and organizations such as ILO to support the system. The infrastructure guiding relation includes the labor legislation, union, employer association, and judicial bodies. In the present scenario, trend in India show labor reforms, employee participation, digital HR practices, and reduce the industrial conflicts. Industrial relation, in very simple words, explain the overall relationship between the employers, employee at the workplace. It focuses on how both the sides interact with each other, how decisions are taken, and how work-related issues are handled. In industrial relation, not only includes day-to-day communication between the management and workers, but also cover the processes like negotiation, cooperation, and conflict resolutions. Along with the employer and employees, government agencies also play an important role by framing labor laws, setting employment standards, and ensuring safe and fair working conditions. The main purpose of studying relation is to create a positive, peaceful, and harmonious work environment where problems and disputes can be solved smoothly. By improving working conditions and ensuring fairness, industrial relation helps in increasing productivity and efficiency in the organizations. As defined by the Armstrong, industrial relation deals with the system and procedure used by the employers and trade unions to decide wages, rewards, and other terms of the employment. protect the interest of the both workers and management, and regulate how employees are treated at the work. Dear learners, in this way, industrial relations act as a bridge that balances the needs of employee with the goals of employers, leading to the stable and successful organizations. After reading this unit, dear learners, you will gain a clear and a practical understanding of industrial relations. To begin with, they will be able to understand and define the history and basic concepts of industrial relations, which explain how employer employee relations have developed over time. Moving forward, the learners will be able to explain the objectives of industrial relation and understand why it is important for maintaining the harmony at a workplace. Along with this, they will also learn about the advantages, disadvantages of IR, helping them to see both in a positive impact and possible limitations. Further, dear learners, you will be able to discuss the significance of industrial relation and understand its role in the promoting industrial peace, productivity, and employee welfare. At the same time, they will gain knowledge about the scope of industrial relation, which shows how wide this subject is and how it covers the areas such as labor laws, trade union, and dispute resolution. In addition, learners will be able to explain the different levels of industrial relation at a national level and an international level, understanding the role of government policies and global organizations. Finally, dear learners, you will be able to get familiar with the recent trends, labor reform, and modern workplace practices. Absolutely, here is a more expanded, learners friendly version of the history of industrial relation, which detailed explanation, real life incidents, and connection that make it engaging for the learners. Now, moving forward, let us look at the history of industrial relation. IR. Begin with the industrial revolution of 18th and 19th century, a period when economies shifted from the farming, agriculture, and factory based industries. This transformation brought machines, new technologies, and large scale productions, which helped nation grow economically and produce goods faster rather than before. However, this rapid industrialization also created the significant challenges for the workers. People faced long working hours, very low wages, poor working conditions, and unsafe workplaces. Many factories employed women and children because they could pay them less. For example, in the textile mills in England, children as a young as 8 years worker 12 to 14 hours a day, operating dangerous machines. Similarly, in India, early textiles and jute mills in Kolkata and Mumbai forced workers in the poorly ventilated, overcrowded factories with no safety equipments. This condition caused the dissatisfaction and unrest among the workers, which eventually led to the beginning of the labor movement. Moving forward, we will discuss the labor movement emerged as a worker realized that they could fight collective for their rights. Workers started protesting against unsafe working conditions, low wages, and excessively long working hours. Over time, methods like strikes, demonstrations, and collective bargaining become the common ways for employees to the voice their demand. For instance, the 1911 Bengal textile mill strikes saw thousands of workers in Kolkata protest for the better wages that improved working conditions, forcing employees to negotiate and make changes. Similarly, Meerut cotton mill strikes in India highlighted workers' struggle for fair pay and safer working environments. Initially, employer and a government tried to suppress this movement, sometimes using force, but persistent pressure from the workers eventually led to the introduction of labor laws, such as the Regulation 1 working hours, minimum wages, and workplace safety. These laws helped the formalize employee rights and provide a framework for the fair treatment as industrial disputes continued. Trade unions were formed to organize workers and protest their interests in a more structured way. Trade unions are organizations created by the employees to negotiate collectively with the employers. Their main goal include securing better wages, improved working conditions, job security, and dignity at work. Unions often use strategies such as strikes, protest, negotiation, legal actions to achieve their objectives. For example, Maruti Suzuki strikes in 2012 involved workers demanding wages revision and improved working conditions. The dispute was resolved after the negotiation mediated by the government labor authorities. Similarly, in the banking sector, employee union often negotiate annual pay hikes, leave policies, and workplace welfare measures, ensuring the employees' voices are heard. In modern workplace, trade unions and employee associate continues to play a critical role in maintaining the industrial harmony. They act as a bridge between employee and management, preventing conflicts from the escalating and promoting the cooperation. For instance, in IT companies like Infosys and TCS, internal committee and employee welfare group help the resolving grievances relating to the workplace issues, career development and health benefits, creating a more peaceful and a productive work environment. The evolution of industrial relations shows a clear progression. Initially, it was a response to the worker exploitation and harsh industrial condition, but over time it has become a system aimed at a cooperation, fairness, and regulation in our workplaces. IA today is building about building trust, promoting dialogue, protecting workers' rights, and ensuring the productivity. It concepts employer, employee, trade union, and government in a system that balances the interest, reduce the disputes, and support the economic and a social stability. Real life learning examples make this history relatable for the learners. Factories. Safety committees in a modern factories conduct regular inspections, unlike early mills where worker force serious risk. IT sectors. Employee grievances, sales, and HR meditations in software companies prevent the conflicts before they escalate. Gig economy. Platforms like Swiggy and Uber and now under the discussion for the fair pay, health insurance, and dispute resolution reflecting how IR adapts to the modern challenges. In conclusion, the history of industrial relation teaches learner that cooperation, negotiation, and legal framework as essential for creating a harmonious productivity and fair workplaces. It highlights the importance of the collective action, trade union, and government interventions, showing that a strong IR system benefits employees, employers, and the economy as a whole. After understanding this, dear learners, let us move forward to the definition by different authors. Definition. According to the L.J. Hendy, 1999, industrial relations concern the relationship between the employer and employee, or trade unions and a management. In opinion of Edwin B. Flippo, 1984, industrial relations are taken the relationship between the management and workers in an industrial regulated by the laws and collective agreements. K. Aswatthapam, 2008, has defined IR as an industrial relation is the field that studies an employment relationship focusing on the collective bargaining, labor laws, and workplace conflicts resolution. The concept of industrial relations explain the relationship and interaction that take place at the workplace among the employers, employees, trade union, and the government. In simple word, it focuses on how people work together in an organization and how employment relationships are managed. To begin with, the industrial relations aim to ensure fair wages, safe working conditions, and a healthy work environment for the employees. At the same time, it also helps the employer maintain discipline, productivity, and a smooth operation. Dear learners, moving further, this concept mainly studies the relationship between the employers and employees, including the issue like working condition, job security, and ways to resolve the conflicts. In addition, trade union plays an important role in industrial relation as workers organize themselves to collectively discuss and negotiate their demands. Dear learners, through collective bargaining, employee and the employers decide on wages, benefits, and working conditions in a peaceful and a systematic manner. In this way, industrial relation helps create balance, cooperation, and harmony at a workplace. Dear learners, the characteristics of industrial relations explain how relations are managed at the workplace in a simple and organized way. To begin with this, industrial relation mainly focuses on the relationship between the employers and employees, which helps in creating a healthy and productivity work environment. Along with this, collective bargaining plays an important role where employers and employee usually through trade unions discuss and decide the wages, benefits, working condition and solution of the disputes. Dear learners, in this process, trade unions represent the workers and protect their interests while negotiating the management. Moving further, industrial relation is guided by the labor laws and regulation that define the workers' right, job conditions, and method of dispute settlement. Wherever conflicts arise, industrial relation provides conflict resolution mechanism such as negotiation, mediation, and arbitration to maintain the smooth industrial operation. Dear learners, at the same time, government intervenes by the framing labor laws, setting standards, and sometimes resolving disputes to ensure fairness. In addition, industrial relations support industrial democracy by encouraging employee participation in a decision making through the committee and consultations. Dear learner, as a result, good industrial relation promotes the workplace harmony and higher productivity, reduces strike and lockouts. Moreover, it also affects the economic and social condition like employment, wages, and social stability. Finally, IR is a dynamic in nature as it is continuously changes with the technology, globalization, and economic development. Dear learners, let us move to the another aspects that advantages, disadvantages of IR can be easily understood by looking at how they effective and workplace in a real life. To begin with the advantages, good industrial relations help in creating a harmonious and peaceful working environment where disputes between the employer and employee are reduced and cooperation is encouraged. As a result, employees feel motivated, which leads to higher morale and increase the productivity. However, the collective bargaining workers receive fair wages, better benefits, and improved working conditions, which also ensure their safety at work. In addition, effective industrial relation helps in reducing the workplace conflicts such as strikes and lockouts by providing proper method like negotiation, meditation, and arbitration. At the same time, it promotes the employee participation in decision making, which increase job satisfaction, loyalty, and commitment towards the organizational goals. Dear learners, on the other hand, I are also some disadvantages. Despite good relation, disagreement may still lead to the strikes or lockouts, which can disrupt the production and business operation. Sometimes this process of negotiation and collective bargaining becomes slow and bureaucratic, causing delays in a decision making. Furthermore, better wages and improved benefits may increase the labor cost, affecting the profitability of the organization, especially small business. In certain cases, employee or trade union may resist changes related to the technology or organizational structure, which can also slow down innovation. Additionally, misuse of legal power, legal complications, political influence, and reduce the managerial control the conflicts and misunderstandings. Dear learner, therefore, while industrial relations bring many benefits, it needs to be managed carefully to avoid these challenges and maintain the balance in the workplace. Dear learner, next we will look at why it is significant. The significance of industrial relation can be understood by the positive impact of workplace, employees, and the economy. To begin with, industrial relation helps in maintaining a peace and a harmony at a workplace by reducing conflicts between the employer and employees and preventing strikes, lockouts, and labor unrest. As a result, work continues smoothly without interruptions. Moreover, good industrial relation promotes teamwork and cooperation, which increase the efficiency and productivity, helping organization grow and perform better. Dear learners, in addition, industrial relations ensure fair wages, safe working conditions, and employee benefits, which protects workers from the exploitation and improves their quality of work life. At the same time, it strengthens the relationship between the employers and employees by building mutual respect, trust, and understanding, leading to the long term commitment and a lower employee turnover. Furthermore, stable industrial relations supports economic development by encouraging industrial growth and attracting investment due to fewer worker distributions. Along with this, industrial relations promote the collective bargaining, giving both worker and management a fair platform to discuss wages and working conditions openly. It also helps in reducing legal conflicts by ensuring compliances with the labor laws and government rules and saving time and cost for the organization. Finally, effective IR improves worker morale and job satisfaction, and motivated and satisfied workforce directly contribution to the overall success of the organization. The scope of industrial relation cover all the aspects of managing workplace relationship, including how employees and employers, trade union, and the government interact to create a healthy and productivity work environment. To begin with, it focuses on the relationship between the workers and employers. Dear learners, where mutual understanding, clearly communication, and cooperation help in maintaining a workplace. For example, in a factory, regular meeting between supervisors and workers and prevent misunderstanding and help solve small problems before they become bigger issue. Along with this, industrial relation includes collective bargaining and trade unions, which allows workers to negotiate for the better wages, benefits, and working conditions. For instance, a trade union is a manufacturing company may negotiate with the management to increase the safety, measures to improve lunch breaks for employees. Moving further, the scope of industrial relation includes the government regulation and labor laws. Dear learners, which are crucial for promoting workers' rights and ensuring the safe and fair workplaces. These laws cover aspects such as minimum wages, working hours, leave policies, and workplace safety standards, creating a legal framework that guides both the employer and employees. Without this regulation, workers could face the exploitation and business could operate without accountability. For example, factories today must comply with the safety regulation under the Factories Act, ensuring the proper ventilation, fire safety, and regular health checkups for the employee. Dear learners, in addition, industrial relation deals with the dispute resolution, industrial conflicts which are inevitable in the workplace. Conflict may arise due to the strike, lockouts, or disagreements between the worker and management over wages, promotion, or working condition. To manage these issues, techniques like conciliation, arbitration, and adjudication are used to find the fair resolution without hampering the productivity. For example, if employee is in manufacturing company promotes over unpaid overtime, an attributor come and mediate the discussion between the management and workers, ensuring that a solution is reached peacefully and the operation continues smoothly. Dear learners, finally, the scope of industrial relations include the employee participation and workplace welfare, which focuses on the job security, work-life balance, and overall well-being. Modern organizations understand that involving the employees in a decision making not only improves the morale but also increase the productivity and loyalty. Many companies use joint consultation, committee, and suggestion programs for feedback session to engage employee. For intense IT companies, often implication wellness programs, flexible work hours, mental health support, and career development initiative to make employee feel valued and motivated. Dear learners, the scope of industrial relation is very broad. It covers the legal protection, conflict resolution, employee engagement, and welfare initiatives, all of which are essential for creating a harmonious, safe, and productive workplace. By addressing these areas, IR benefit both the employee who feels secure and respected and employer who gain a motivated workforce and stable operation. This makes industrial relation a key factor in a success of organization and economy as a whole IR at a national level. It refers how a country manages the relationship between the employee, employer, and trade union, and the government of maintain to smooth and a fair work environment across the industries. Dear learners, to begin with, government plays a key role by enacting labor laws that protect workers' rights and safe working conditions and guarantee fair wages. At the same time, employer association and national level trade union negotiate collectively to set industrial wide standards for pay, benefits, and working conditions. For example, in India, the Employee Provident Fund, that is EPF, and minimum wages law ensure workers receive basic benefits and social security across all industries. Dear learners, moving further, there are regulatory agencies such as labor ministries, industrial tribunals, and labor courts that oversees the compliance with these laws and resolve disputes between the companies and the workers. Whenever conflicts like strikes, lockouts, or protests occur, they manage through the legal framework, attribution, and mediation to prevent the disruption in the production for instance. If workers in a steel plant go on a strike demanding overtime pay, the industrial tribunal can mediate and find a solution acceptable to both the employee and the management. Dear learners, in addition, strong national industrial relations encourage social dialogue between the employee, employer, and the government, which helps to tackle new challenges like the economic slowdown, automation, or globalization. As a result, well-managed national IR system promotes industrial peace, economic stability, and long-term growth by balancing the interests of the workers, employers, and the countries. For example, industries that maintain the good labor relation are more likely to attract the investment, increase productivity, and contribute to the overall development of the economy. In this way, effective national level industrial relation benefits the worker, organization, and the nation as a whole. IR as an international level. Let's begin with this. Refers to the way employer, employee, trade union, and government interacts across different countries to manage the workplace relation fairly and effectively. To begin with, globalization and multinational companies, that is MNCs, have made it necessary to maintain the common standard for the wages, working condition, and worker rights around the world. Organizations like International Labour Organization ILO play a key role in setting global labor standards, promoting fair wages, safe working places, and the protection of the workers' rights. Along with this, international trade agreements and a regional economic nations such as NAFTA or the European Union influence labor law by setting uniform rules and dispute resolution procedures across the country. Dear learners, moving further, multinational companies have a major impact on the international industry relation because they operate in a multi company with different labor laws and conditions. This company must balance the international labor standards with the local regulation. Many MNCs also follows the corporate social responsibility, that is CSR policies, to ensure ethical practices like banning children labor, paying fair wages, and maintaining the safe working condition. However, differences in the economic development, labor market condition, and wages level between the countries can lead to the challenges such as the labor exploitation, outsourcing to the low cost region, or conflict between the local and international level standards. Dear learners, in this situation, trade union and the International Labour Organization work to the protest workers' right and ensure fair treatment globally. In addition, global industrial relations are continuously affected by the economic challenges and technological and advanced. Dear learners, in addition, global industrial relations are continuously affected by the economic changes and technological advancement. New employment trade such as remote work, digital platform, and automation have changed traditional work structure and introduced new challenges in the labor negotiation and employee protection. Economic crisis, pandemics, and geopolitical conflicts also affect the job security, wages, and working conditions worldwide. Dear learners, therefore, international collaboration between the government, companies, and labor organizations is essential to maintain the fair labor standards, resolve disputes, and protect workers globally. For example, global agreement on minimum wages for safety protocols in a factories help ensure that the workers in a different countries are treated fairly while promoting economic growth and cooperation. In this way, international industrial relations created a balanced, fair, and productive global workplace for employee and employers alike. Infrastructure that guides and directs the industrial relation refers to the all system, organization, and framework that help manage relationships between employers and employees in a fair and organized way. To begin with, the main purpose of this infrastructure is to ensure smooth industrial operation, prevent conflicts, and promote fair treatment for workers. At the core of this system, the legal framework, which includes the labor laws and policies set by the government. This law covers the important aspects like working hours, wages, workplace safety, employment condition, and dispute resolution. For example, laws allows employer to form union, negotiate collectively, or take legal actions in case of unfair labor practices. Labor courts, tribunal, and attribution panels also play a key role in ensuring that these laws are followed and disputes are resolved effectively. Dear learners, moving further, government agencies and the labor ministries act as a regulator of a industrial relation. They create rules, ensure labor laws, and mediate conflict between the workers and employees. These agencies often work with the labor inspectors, dispute resolution panels, and tripartite councils that includes the representative from the government, employers, and trade unions. This role is to maintain the industrial peace, protect workers' rights, and promote the economic stability. For instance, labor inspector may visit the factories to ensure safety standards are followed and prevent accidents or violation. In addition, industrial relation infrastructure. Trade union represent the employee, negotiate for the better wages and working condition, and protect workers' interest. Employer association, on the other hand, help the companies understand labor laws, set employment policies, and negotiate with the union. Through collective bargaining and regular dialogue, these groups helps maintaining the harmony at a workplace and balance the interest of both the management and employees. For example, a national employer federation may work with the trade union to agree on pay scale for a whole industry, avoiding the conflicts and strike. Dear learners, at the international level, organizations like International Organization, that is ILO, and the World Trade Organization, that is WTO, influence labor standards globally. Regional economic unions such as the European Union, that is EU, and African Union, AU, also affects the labor laws in a member country. This organization ensure fair labor practices, promote international cooperation, and help resolve disputes across the borders. In real life, multinational companies follow the ILO guidelines to provide the safe working condition and fair pay in all the countries where they operate. Dear learners, overall, a strong industrial relation in infrastructure combining laws, government agencies, union, employer association, and international organization is essential for creating a stable, fair, and productive workplace. It ensures that workers are treated fairly, employees can operate efficiently, and economic and growth steadily, benefiting both the employees and the national as a whole. Dear learners, trends in industrial relation in India shows how the workplace is evolving as the country grows into the major economic power. To begin with, one of the most noticeable trends is the rise of flexible labor models, including the contract workers, temporary staff, and gig workers. Companies in a sector like IT, e-commerce, logistics, and manufacturing increasingly hired these workers to reduce the cost, increase flexibility, and respond quickly to market demands. For example, during festive season like Diwali or big online sale events, delivery companies hire hundreds of gig workers instead of employing permanent staff year around. Similarly, IT company may hire project-based employees for the short term for the software development task. While this approach helps company remain competitive, it also brings challenges such as job insecurity, irregular income, lack of traditional benefits, and weakening of the conventional labor laws. This has pushed policymakers to reevaluate labor frameworks to strike as a balance between the employee rights and a business efficiency. Moving further, technology is the transforming industrial relation in India. Automation, artificial intelligence, AI, digital platform, and the robotics are reshaping the way work is done. In factories, robots now handle the repetitive tasks like assembling the components, while human workers operate the machines, ensure quality control, and manage workflow. In offices, software automates tasks such as the data entry, payroll, and reporting, leaving employee to focuses on the decision making and strategic work. For instance, in modern automobile factories like Maruti Suzuki, robots assemble car parts, but humans are trained for machine maintenance and quality inspection. This shift increase efficiency, reduce production time, and attract the investment. But it also raises the concern about the job displacement and the urgent need for the upscaling. To address these changes, companies are investing heavily in employee training and reskilling programs. IT firms, for example, run courses in iCloud computing, AI, and data analytics to ensure their workforce remains competitive. Similarly, manufacturing units are training workers to promote automated machines or use digital tools for inventory management. Dear learners, the same time, trade unions and workers' organizations are adapting their strategies. Instead of focusing only on wages and working conditions, they now negotiate for the reskilling opportunities, digital skill training, job security, and fair treatment for contract and temporary workers. Dear learners, for example, union representative gig workers in delivery or re-sharing platforms may push for the minimum pay guarantees, accident insurance, and social security benefits, ensuring workers are not left the unprotected in a flexible work agreements. Another emerging trends in the growing focuses on employee well-being and work-life balance. Many companies are introducing flexible working hours, remote work opinions, and wellness programs to improve the productivity and retain talent. For example, IT companies like TCS and Infosys now allow remote work for employees and provide wellness apps, mental health support, ergonomic office setups to maintain the employee satisfaction. This trend shows that industrial relations today is not only about the conflict resolution but also creating a supportive and motivated workforce. Dear learners, additionally, globalization and international labor standards influence India's industrial relation. Multinational companies operating in India ILO guidelines for fair pay, safety, and employee rights, which also sets benchmark for the domestic employees. Regional and global trends, such as the automation in Europe or gig economy regulation in the US, encourage Indian companies and policymakers to rethink labor laws and adopt global practices. That is a best practice. Overall, trends in India's industrial relation highlights a shift towards the flexibility, technology adaptation, skill development, and employment welfare. Companies are using contract labor and digital tools to operate the efficiency employees, upskilling to the remain employable. And union and policymakers are working to protect workers' rights while supporting industrial growth. Dear learners, in real life, this can be seen in a factories using robots along using supervisions, IT companies offering reskilling programs and delivery platform negotiating the social security benefits for the gig workers. These trends make industrial relations dynamic and challenging but also exciting as they aim to create a balanced, fair, and a productive workplace that benefits workers and the nation's economy. Absolutely, here's longer, more detailed, and learner friendly explanation of the summary of the industrial relation. Dear learners, let us now summarize what we have learned today. The summary of industrial relation. Industrial relation refers to the system of interaction and relationship between the employer, employee, trade union, and the government within the workplace. It is the foundation of a healthy, productive, and fair work environment. To begin with the RI, it is about regulating the employment relationship, which includes the setting fair wages, definition working hours, ensuring job securities, and maintaining the safe working condition. Government plays a crucial role by establishing labor laws and policies that protect workers' rights and provide a framework for the industrial operation. For example, the Factories Act in India ensure worker safety in a manufacturing unit, while the Minimum Wages Act guarantee fair pay for employees to across the different sectors. Dear learners, moving forward, industrial relation focuses on the collective bargaining, which allows employees and employer to negotiate term to employment in a structured and a fair manner. This is not only gives workers a voice but also helps employers maintain the productive operation without the dispute. In the many IT companies, employee union negotiate for the flexible work timing or better leave policies to improve the work-life balance, ensuring employees feel valued while the company continues in operation smoothly. Collective bargaining also strengthens the trust and the communication between the management and workers, which is essential for a stable workplace. Dear learners, industrial relations cover the dispute resolution mechanism, which are processes for addressing the conflicts or disagreement. This can include the strike, lockouts, grievances, mediation, arbitration, or legal interventions. For example, if workers in a steel plant strike due to the unsafe working condition, mediation by the labor tribunals can resolve the issue efficiently, preventing long-term production losses by addressing the dispute systematically. IR ensures that conflicts does not escalate, maintaining the harmony and continuous productivity. Another important aspect of industrial relation is industrial harmony and employee welfare. When the employee and employees work together in a cooperative environment, it leads to the higher motivation, greater job satisfaction, and increased productivity. Employer benefits from reduced absenteeism, lower turnover, and fewer conflicts. Dear learner, for example, company like Infosys, TCS, Maruti Suzuki invest in employee welfare programs, training initiatives, and engaging activities. This effort create a positive work culture where employees feel secure, respected, and motivated to perform at their best. Thank you, dear learners, for your attention and active learning. Keep revising. We will discuss this further in the next session.
Dr. C.V. Raman University.